Let's speak to our correspondent, Emmanuelle Chaze, joining us from Kharkiv. Hello to you. Emmanuelle, tell us what last night was like for you.
Well, it started as often here in Ukraine by a series of explosions, and we found out that the country was under missile and drone attacks. You've mentioned the figures: over 450 drones, nearly 50 missiles were launched all across the country. They were targeting mainly energy infrastructure, and indeed they managed to inflict severe damage on infrastructure that has already been hit, and increasingly so over the past few weeks. Here in Kharkiv, we woke up, and when I say we, it's 1.3 million inhabitants here in Ukraine's second largest city, without electricity because there's a generalized blackout. That was an emergency blackout introduced by Ukrenergo. Here, for example, me personally, I have no water, no heating in my flat, and no electricity. Of course, there's already repairs being carried out, but the size of those trucks is such that it will take hours, if not days, to fix everything. So it's a very dire situation, not just here in Kharkiv, but across the country. Kyiv, Dnipro, Kremenchuk are among the cities most severely impacted as of this morning.
So very difficult for people to cope. What can Ukrainians do, if anything, to prepare for the bitterly cold winter that lies ahead amid all these relentless attacks?
So, of course, you're never fully ready to live under such circumstances. However, Ukraine, and that was the case since 2023, has created what we call here points of invincibility. This means that you have points across the city that can be used as shelters, but they can also be used as an electricity source with generators there. You can go there, for example, in basements of schools which are closed at the moment, and you will find hot beverages, electricity, Wi-Fi if you want to work, for example. And it's something that we've seen a lot in 2023, a bit less so last winter, and that we're seeing again being used by millions of people who are living in very dire conditions indeed, and who are worried about how this winter will unfold.
Yeah, and all this as the fighting continues between Russia and Ukraine for the strategic Ukrainian city of Pokrovsk. What more can you tell us on that front?
Yes, the latest in Pokrovsk is this declaration of Volodymyr Zelensky last night. He was talking about over 300 Russians infiltrated within the city, a city which is almost completely encircled by tens of thousands of Russian soldiers. He was saying that those in the city were waiting for reinforcement, but also open source shows that the logistic lines of the Ukrainian army is still not completely hindered by Russian troops, but it is a very dire situation for Kyiv. As to the admission of the Ukrainian side, they are vastly outnumbered in men and in equipment in that sector.
All right, Emmanuelle, thank you very much. Emmanuelle Chaze reporting from Kharkiv.